Good morning, this is Beating Wall Street. Today we are going to continue with our discuss about the Federal Reserve. It is quite important because the financial markets are dependent of the central bank. United States is the number one country in the global economy. Everything that happened there affect the rest of the globe. So, as we discussed in the previous video, the bull case scenario requires a pivot from the Fed. So, sadly, we have seen several members of the Federal Reserve Committee, president of other Federal Reserve, such as the Atlanta Federal Reserve, San Francisco Federal Reserve, and Minneapolis Federal Reserve. So I think that we have to change our view about the market. The bullish scenario, I think that is no longer under discussion. Because as we have said, the bullish scenario requires a pivot from the Fed, and sadly, the Fed is not going to pivot. Uh, why we come out with this conclusion? The interview for Bostic, Dali, and Anel, the president of the Minneapolis Reserve that I've just watched, it's interesting because they recognize their mistake when they assumed that the inflation was transitory. They didn't raise the interest rate, and they recognize their mistake. Okay, this is very humble for their side, but now they are announcing us the second big mistake that they are going to make. Uh, all the members that we have talked, uh, all the members that we listen in these days, said that they are not going to pivot. Say that the underlying inflation, they have no clue that their underlying inflation is coming down, that the labor market is quite strong. Um, this is their view, but I can't believe why they don't have again. It's really clear and really easy to see, to show in the early 2021 how the inflation was a problem. We have several data that confirm this theory, and now we have several data that confirm or give us a clue, an inch, that the inflation is coming down and the labor market is slowing in the United States. So, taking this into account, the Federal Reserve is supposed to ease the financial condition or not to tighten too much. This is a bull case scenario. So, we are going to in a 5 minutes. I see a lot of data. Uh, I take note of about a lot of data that confirm that the inflation, or not confirm, but giving us the clue that the inflation and the labor market is coming down. So the world food prices are going down for 6 months straight, right? The commodity prices have declined in the majority of the commodities have declined in the past 3 to 6 months. We have slow growth in the job market, between 250,000, 300,000. We will see today the the job data, no, but this is below the average of almost 500. We have seen the housing market slowing down very clearly. The inflation, the most important data, the inflation peak at 9.1. Now we have 8.3. This is a clear indication that deflation is coming down. I repeat, I don't know why they don't discuss this data. The energy inflation has come down pretty dramatically. The Michigan inflation expectation and the inflation expectation peak at 6.8, and now we have in 5.7. So also we have clear indication that as we discussed, that the tightening of the monetary policy is causing several problems in the economy and in some financial institution. We have the example of United Kingdom with the government debt problem. This is caused by the over tightening of the financial condition, and we have the problem with Credit Suisse. So the Minneapolis president, or the Federal Reserve of Minneapolis president, said that they have the risk of overshooting. So they know what they are doing. They know the risk of overshooting. This event came up. So the bull case scenario sadly is no longer under consideration, because several members of the Federal Reserve Committee are saying that they are not going to pivot. They are going to continue with the hike in interest rate. They are going to tighten more and more the financial condition. And taking into account that as we thought, or we have seen, that the inflation is coming down, the labor market. By the way, the job opening position, which I didn't write, came down for almost 2 million. So another indicator that the job market is going down, is slowing. So the overshooting risk that the Federal Reserve is talking about is going to materialize if they don't do anything. We can see the Fed pivot only by the circumstances, and this is gonna be the bull case scenario. Which circumstances? I think that until they break something. When they break something, they can back down and pivot quite suddenly. This is going to happen probably we will see, but at the end of the year, on the start of 2023, because the financial conditions are really tight. The forecast of more tightening probably can cause several problems. So the bull case scenario is only available when the Fed pivots. Now we are in a very dark phase, which the Federal Reserve is going to tighten the financial condition when they are not keen to do so. So the bear case scenario sadly came up. We will see the markets, how the market reacts. The hope of the Fed pivot was the rally, was reflecting on the rally that we have seen in these days. But sadly, probably with this comment of the Federal Reserve members, the market is taking all the things into account and are reflecting hawkish Fed, and this is a bear case scenario. Thank you so much.